Hi everybody. Now that you've had a chance to create your own place value mat inside your visual journal or just on a piece of paper, I believe some of you actually already have a place value mat that one of your teachers has given you. So some of you might have one. What we're going to do now is we are going to take those numbers and we are going to put them onto my place value mat here just for you to check your answers. Okay. Now sometimes we can do these by adding in the digits, or what we can do is we can actually represent it by drawing it. Okay, so sometimes we're going to ask you to do both, or you'll be asked to, or you'll be given the number this way, and then you have to figure out what digit that represents. So right now I have 100, I have 110, and I have 11. So altogether that number is going to represent 111. Okay, and I can mix it up by adding in other ones to change up that number. So if I were to add another 10 here, we would just change that to 121. Okay, so now I'd like you to check your answer. So you have your page in front of you. Our first number that we are going to write down in our place value mat was 12. Okay, so I would take a look. I have no hundreds in my 12. I would write it down as 12. So check your answer now. The next one we have is 45. If I look at 45, I know that there are 4 10s and 5 1s. Now let's look at 78. Again, we're just looking at two-digit numbers. So that 7 represents 7 10s and it represents 8 1s. Now, when we move on to a 3-digit number, sometimes what's going to happen is you're going to have 0. Okay, so our next number is 102. I know that there is 100. I know that there is 0 10s. So there's nothing represented. If I were to draw it, that would look like this: 102. Okay, so nothing is in here. It doesn't mean that that just doesn't exist. It's just that there's no 10s there. Okay, so we have 102. The next one we have is 340. So 3 hundreds, 4 10s, and we have 0 1s. Okay, so just take a quick peek at your answers there. You can pause the video if you need to go back and take a look. Take your little marking pen and go ahead and check those answers. All right, your next step is going to be to do a little bit of practice with this. And what I'm doing is I'm offering you an opportunity to use a lot of 3-digit numbers, because I know that most of us are ready for that. So I'd like you to hop on to Mathletics, and you can work on your place value questions on there. So it's under numbers to 100, and then it's under place value. So that needs to be done first. As soon as you're done that, some of you may have already completed that with other work. You have another 2 activities that I would like you to do just as options, because it's important that we practice this. And the first one is in your Math Focus workbook. Okay, you're going to go to page 48. And that one looks just like this. Okay, so up at the top, what you're going to see is that it's using the strategy we used yesterday in terms of an estimate. So if you take a look here, what you're going to do is grab a group of items, just like the beads or pieces of Lego, throw it on the ground, take a little estimate to see how much that is. The number does have to be under 100 unless you want to add another column right here. You are more than welcome to do that. Okay. Then over here, you're actually going to count them. Let me know. And then down here, you're going to draw a picture using our base 10 blocks. So that is these ones right here. So we have hundreds, we have 10s, and we have 1s. Okay, so go ahead and just using a number under 100, you're going to represent, that's the wrong side, represent it on this one right here. This is the one that I would like you to take a picture of and send to your teacher on this assignment so that we can see that you are on the right track. As your next piece, and again, I will write this down just so that everybody knows what to do, is you're going to go to your workbook that all the teachers sent home called Numbers. So it looks just like this. You're going to go to that second page. It's actually page 19, okay? And it looks just like this. Now for the next probably about 5 or 6